Hello, watch lovers. You know what time it is. And today, joining me on the show, we have Janilda.
Hi, guys. I'm back.
That's after last week from the football. And we have Gavin joining us.
Good to be here. It's a bit hot in here. Is anybody else hot?
It's boiling.
It's boiling.
If you see some really big dashes on my head, just let me know. It's very, very hot in the studio today. Yeah. Janilda, as Spencer said, it's great to have you back. Obviously, we did miss you last week, but we did ban you as well.
Yeah.
But you realise, you know that.
I know you were upset about Italy, but let's not talk about that.
We're not going to talk about it. We're going to completely ignore that. What I would say is, no, I'm not even going to say it. Well done, Italy. Fantastic. It's a good job. It's a good job. Spencer, what's been going on at BQ this week?
It's been a busy week, busy times. I mentioned a few new pieces that we've had. We've had the Snoopy in, a lot of interest, and that's gone on hold. That's been reserved for someone today. I mean, the interest around that piece, and so many people have called up and said, how come you've got this? Because their orders
impossible to get. Yeah.
Everyone's orders being cancelled. People are getting refunds on their Snoopies. Wow. They don't want to take the refund.
You and Kaylee did the unboxing the other day, didn't you, on that?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to interrupt. I think I done it.
Oh, Spencer did.
Oh,
yes.
I think you're right, didn't you? We'll come to that shortly.
Well, you'll find out.
We will find out.
You know, it's a great piece, and I've never seen, where the second hand, where the Snoopy goes around the back of the watch. I can't remember another watch that I've seen that on.
Yeah,
it's very
does
unique.
Look very cool. Before we go any further, I'd like to do a little shout out to James, who runs the studio here. James, unfortunately, has COVID, so we wish you better. We wish you well. We have Sam running things today, who, James, by the way, is doing a far better job than you ever did. And I know you just popped in the comments, turn the air on. The air is on. Okay, and as you can see, my little shiny bald head is shining. Guys, if you have any comments, anything you want to ask us today, please do pop it in. Let's just see who we've got on tonight. Kevin Hawthorne, good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Jacob Kendall, good evening, everyone. Josh James, hello, folks. Ian Nicholson, good evening from Newcastle upon Tyne. Looking forward to the next hour. It's good. It's good that we do enjoy this Monday night slot, don't we?
It's nice. It's fun. It's hot today, but still, we like it. We like to be back.
Guys, what have we got on the wrists today? Let's have a little look.
I've got something very special. A no pink.
Oh, I can put it on this little camera here.
Yeah,
there we go.
I think that's very summery, guys. That's a beautiful watch.
Oh, that's very, very nice.
I would like to have them all and change them.
Okay.
With my outfit.
I am wearing
white
Milgauss, which I literally cannot. I love it.
Are you wearing it every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Excuse the hairy arms. And Spencer, you've got on. Oh, this it doesn't stretch that far. Look, the cable. Pop it over here and we'll have a little look. Sure. What have you? Tell us what that is, Spence.
That is 1680 from 1974.
1974. Janilda, you weren't even a twinkle in your parents' eyes then, were you?
Nothing at all.
No.
I think he likes that. He's been wearing that for a while.
I'm quite attached to this. I really am.
Yeah.
Just like it.
So a 1974, what does that cost?
This today is worth about £18,000 is what they go for.
And what was that in 1974, do you think? I love this question.
Probably about 3 shillings and 6 pence.
3 and 6.
Someone would say
in old money. That
was probably
old money.
Maybe £100-200 back in those days.
Yeah, this and that says, love the show, guys, and Forza Italia Ilda.
Thank you.
Yeah. Greggy boy, evening, or Greggy, what would a night be without you joining us? And by the way,
Greggy.
have you said thank you to Greg for your...
I did, and I've been trying them, and guess what?
Go on.
I want to order some more samples from
do you know what the funny thing is, Greggy? So do I.
Yeah, they were great.
Stunning.
Really, really
amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
But what's nice is that you can choose, you can try 10 different...
Yeah. Let's give a whole big sales pitch on Greggy Boy's perfumes. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, Greggy Boy, pop up in the comments your website, because honestly, I think it's phenomenal. You get to try on some luxury smells and perfumes.
Yeah, you get to wear it for a week, and then you can understand if it's really the one that you want.
And then you can pick the one that you really want and go.
Yeah, it's
right,
good.
I'm going to put you on the spot. What's been your favourite?
My favorite is the Lena. I've been wearing that for a while. It is very expensive, let me tell you.
It is, isn't it?
But maybe I'm going to buy it in a few months. It's
right. And I have been wearing Oud. Come on, Oud. But it's Tom Ford.
Tom Ford
Yes, Oud, which I have
that.
absolutely loved.
I really like the Creeds, but I agree
Creeds.
that oud is...
That oud is something else. Yeah, amazing. Greggy Rouse, another Greggy here in the US. Well, welcome along, Greg Rouse. Great to have you along for the ride. Now, I know you weren't with us last week, and it wasn't that we banned you, but we did have a technical hitch because
Yeah,
obviously
we had
James had
problems.
COVID and everything else, and Sam stepping in tonight. Thank you very much, Sam, for
Thank
taking
you.
care of that. But we did have a lot of fun with Spencer and Paul. Paul came down. We went down to Pizza Express, and I'm sure you guys who watch our channel saw the little bits and pieces. But actually, one of the things I personally quite enjoyed, obviously, when we're editing your stuff, is the little Only Fools and Horses little snippet.
That was quite
Sam, can we cue up that Only Fools and Horses intro, please?
Stick a bunny in me pocket. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you want the lessons but you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man. But here's the one was driving me berserk. Why do only fools and horses work? La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la.
It's really great. What a lot of fun. Now, the questions I had from that was, Spencer, who are you, Del or Rodney?
Everyone knows. You know the one. I'm Uncle Albert, I've been told.
Your Uncle Albert.
People think I'm older than Paul. That makes him feel really good, so I'm happy to go with
And
that.
don't you think, Janilda, that image of Paul that we use all the time is really unflattering?
I think it's Spencer trying to make him look old.
Do you think that's what it is? Oh, dear. We got some special stuff coming up this week with Paul. We're really excited for, and we'll be sharing that with you all really, really shortly. Now, Janilda, I know you've been massively busy in the offices this week. What sort of stuff's been coming in?
Right, so we've been buying some root beers, so they're back in stock. I think actually, when I was buying the watch, I was thinking, that's so nice. And I know that everyone is going to love that. They're going to want to buy it. So we're always happy to get bimetal GMTs. We got the Snoopy, which is a quite nice one, and some very interesting Omegas as well, which I think they're quite cool.
Speaking of Snoopy's and Omega, you did our unboxing this week, didn't you,
I did.
Spencer?
Did he do better than me and Kaylee?
Well, you and Kaylee were so busy on the phones, and I was sitting in the office waiting for you for about an hour and a half, and I just said to Spencer, boss man, come
That's
on.
it.
You have to
So
do
I
it.
done
Let's give you a go at the unboxing. So why don't we queue up and let's have a look at this
Let's
week's
have a look.
unboxings.
Hello, watch lovers. You know what time it is. I have a real honest day. I'm here doing the unboxing. The girls are busy on the phones, so I'm here. And to be honest with you, besides Rolex, the Omegas I really feel are quite special pieces. The detail they go into, the finishes, the boxes are exceptional. So here we have today Apollo 13 Snoopy. So here we go with the unboxing of this piece. As I've said, the box is quite incredible. This is a complete full set of the 13 with the booklet, and here we have the watch. Now the detail they go into, here you have the official cloth here of the Apollo 13 Silver Snoopy. So this is to commemorate the 50 years from the first man on the moon, which was in 2020. This is a brand new piece. Here we go, guys. This is the box here. We'll take the watch out and show you that in a minute. Special commemorative box. And here we have the watch, which is really quite special. It's still stickered. It's got a sticker on the back here. And when this is wound up, you actually see Snoopy moving around the moon. And this, not only is a cushion, is quite special. It is an eyeglass, which viewers, then if you can see that. So when you want to look at your watch, you can look here at it. On the dial, you've got 925, which is the silver 50th anniversary. There we have the watch, and there you have the back, where you'll see Snoopy moving around the moon. And this, I think, is quite special, where you have the eyeglass in the cushion. And then we have the cards here. So this here is this is registered in 21, this piece, and it is complete, a full box, papers, everything with it. And not forgetting here, You also have a special commemorative booklet here where you have Eyes on the Stars, which goes through, and I can show you here, everything to do with this piece, where it talks about the story of Omega and Snoopy, and it goes into detail, which I'll do some pictures on this, about what the collaboration was with Snoopy, with Omega, and going back to 1970, the earlier Apollos. Now, having looked into this, the earlier models of the Omega with Snoopy, when the first reference had 1970 limited edition pieces, then they had one that had 5,400. With this piece, I'm not sure of the size of the edition. All I can tell you is this is the second piece I've had, but what I do know is a lot of people who are collectors and have had their name down, a number of them who are due to get the piece the end of the year have been cancelled. So it really is quite a special and highly collectible piece. And moving on to my next piece, here we have a Speedmaster, which the box, this is like a suitcase. It's absolutely enormous, yeah? And the quality of the finish, as you can see here. So this is the outer box. Then within it, we have this black canvas box. There we go. And I will now show you what we have inside. So you can see, here, what they only include here is quite special. Again, you have an eyeglass. You've also got this Speedmaster medal, and within we have cards here, all the original cards, again with tools, the nylon strap. You also have here the tool for taking off the bracelet, and all the swing tags and everything else. Now this watch is a great looking watch, and you've got the moon phase in the middle. You've also got the glass back on this. To feel the watch, you have to actually see and touch and feel this piece. It really is quite special, and I'm sure on the internet you'll find out all the information. It's got the latest caliber on the movement, but the technology and quality of this piece for under £7,000 is actually quite special. And the only thing is, you must make sure you have enough room in your house for the box, because it is like a suitcase. Guys, that's all I've got time for today, because I've got to get back to my day job. But if there's anything you want to see, please have a look on our site, bqwatches.com.
Right, well done, Spencer.
He did
My
good.
first unboxing there.
I know, you did a pretty damn good job.
not
See,
bad.
Hildy, you better
Not
keep
too
on your
bad.
toes.
On your toes. Well, to be fair, she was busy serving customers. So I mean, she's selling
I've got
for
an
you.
excuse.
Exactly.
But Hilda, as you know, we all have to do different things. I mean, the
Yeah.
only thing I can't do is make the lunches. That's one
That's
thing
for
I can't.
sure.
Yeah,
You
Or
can't make
teas.
the lunches,
do
you
that.
can't make the teas, and you can't intro the show still. But you're getting the hang of it. Or outro. I'm just kidding. That box for the, for both of them, they were impressive, weren't they?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Really
Do you think that Omega, do you think they do the best boxes around?
I would say so. Omegas and Patek Philippe's, I like them both.
Yep. Panerai quite special.
Panerais are
yeah,
good
they're,
as well.
They're big. They're big. But I like the way Omega do all the eyeglasses.
And the Fube, exactly.
Yeah, they just put a bit of care into the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the other day, don't hate me everybody, I saw a video of a Frank Muller. I know I'm back to the Frank
again?
Muller. But obviously the watches, so I'm told by everybody, are so awful. But this thing, I'll get the video. I was going to share it because it was someone else's video, but it's worth showing. It literally, the watch rises up, the glass opens.
Really?
Yeah, and it shows this like amazing,
Really?
obviously soon to be worth nothing, Frank Muller. But it was pretty special. Let's have a little look at the comments that are coming through. Choking. Memories from watching that show as a kid with my mother. Good times. So, Janilda, you won't know this, but the music we just played was from a show when we were children called Take Heart. Okay, and that was always the music in the gallery, which absolutely, it's a classic. Excuse me one second. Joking, it's so hot in here. James, it's so hot. You need to sort this air conditioning out. Someone's put up, why do only fools and horses work? It's interesting, actually. We did the only... I'm just going to come back to the Only Fools and Horses. Have you ever watched Only Fools and Horses?
No,
Junilda?
but I've been told.
You understand what it is?
Yeah.
You've
And
got
then-
a bit of an age, I think.
Yeah, and then all I heard people commenting on our channel was, reminds me of Trotters. And I'm thinking, yeah, because it's Rodney and Del Trotter. It's Rodney and Del... Why are people saying that? And then I sussed it, didn't I? I did a little bit of a Google and realised there's some watch people who are called Trotters. And, of course, they use
That's in the East End, London.
Yeah, and they use the Trotters music. So, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be like another watch dealer. It was supposed to be like the television show. So just for our little viewing public. Let's have a little look. A Matter of Time says, got the 16613 two-tone bluesy out yesterday. It looks so damn good in the sun.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
always, I always say every year, that is a watch that come April, May, the sun comes out and the two-tone blue is just stunning.
Yeah.
It really is.
Is there different times of the year you sell better, watches for
I'd say
different purposes?
the two-tone blue is a summer watch.
It's
Yeah,
just
and
a-
I would say that during the winter, black dials mainly.
Yeah.
So they go for black dials.
Right.
But
black
also the
sap.
root beer now as well. The root beer and the black and gold.
Yeah.
And does that affect the fluctuation in the prices, or they sort of? I know they're steady all through the year,
Pretty
but do
steady.
prices
Not-
like for
not
gold go
too
up in the
much.
summer and down in the winter?
Pretty steady unless there is no supply, and then
Yeah.
they will go up a little bit.
Yeah. Now, just while we were watching that VT, I saw something that came through here. Greg Rouse says, can you get a little Lang with the blue aventurine dial? And I brought it up so you can have a little look, Spencer, actually. I know no one else can see it. In fact, maybe I can get it up on the camera so we can see what
I
we're
can
talking
see
about.
that.
You can see that.
Again, not a watch I've come across, but
Yeah, that's not something we've seen, have we?
no.
So the answer is no idea. Matt Duncan, hello Matt, says new Speedy or Tudor chronograph. Don't care about price or investment, just need help to decide which one I go for.
Both good watches. Both
They
good
are, aren't they?
watches. It's just it's a bit like BMW or Mercedes. It depends what one you're drawn to.
Yeah. And you're doing a lot in Tudors at the moment, aren't you? I know you said.
Yeah. The Chronos, the Black Bay 58s. I mean, they're a great watch at sort of £2,000-3,000. Very good value.
So
watch.
I know as a watch novice, Junilda, that some of these watches were extremely cheap 10 years ago compared to the prices they are now. But when you look at a Tudor, and I've heard the term poor man's Rolex and everything else, but is there a case that, the watches are good-looking watches and they'll just always stay at that level? Or do you think there's an opportunity at some point for them to take a little jump?
They might do, but at the same time, I feel like prices didn't change
They
much.
don't,
At least
they-
since I started, that's where we are with Tudors.
They're sort
they
of the
wouldn't
2,000-3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Nothing
at
in
the
10,000s.
entry level, the Tudor's probably the best value
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah. I mean, and they are good-looking watches, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Let's have a look here. A Matter of Time. I had a deposit down on the black dial one, but eventually decided against it. Got myself a BB58.
Black Bay 58.
Black Bay 58.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jacob Kendall, good evening. I'm really bummed. Amiga are so behind demand. They're refunding these deposits here in the States. I mean, we've heard that.
Yeah,
You've said that a
we've
lot
had
to me.
Quite a few customers have phoned up and said they have returned the deposit. It's not like they're delaying it. They don't know when they can supply the watch. So they're just refunding at the moment and cancelling the order.
It's interesting because you said on the VT that you weren't sure if it was a limited run or... So I did a little bit of research because that's my job.
That's what you do.
And it isn't. It's not a limited. It's not limited to an edition, but they just simply are not producing them.
So that's probably worse. With the earlier Snoopies, they quoted how many were being produced.
Yeah.
So this one, they're not giving a number.
No one knows.
So it could be 50 pieces, it could be 5,000
Yeah.
people's, but they're not saying. I mean, there's a lot of work in that watch. The dial is immense.
Yeah.
The detail. in it.
And you and I filmed that, what's the day today? Monday. You and I filmed that on Friday.
Yeah.
And that watch is now reserved, isn't it? And it didn't hang
Oh,
around
yeah,
long.
we had a few people calling, inquiring.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
But that's what we say, just so that all the viewers know. If you're interested in something, you can phone up, leave a deposit, and we'll put
We
it
can
aside.
reserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because often we can't replace certain things.
Yeah. Omega, I'll still never get this right. Show Rolex how to box. Rolex need to step up their box game, says Ben. The William Watches podcast, next level box presentation right there.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. A lot of customers are a little bit unhappy, let's say, with Rolex boxes. They're upset when they buy, let's say, a 40 grand Daytona, and they go like, "Oh, is this the box that I get?" I'm like,
But it's
yeah.
true, Janilda, like you say, you can buy an OP
Yeah.
and you just get a smaller box,
Yes,
£4,000 or
similar.
£5,000, and you go and spend 50,000 on a Oyster Flex or
Yeah.
a gold Daytona. You're getting the same
Sometimes
box.
when we prepare actually the watch with the box, we feel a little bit like, oh God, should we give them something nicer? But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you give them a
Rolex.
BQ warranty.
Yeah, exactly.
We
they
do.
get a
We do
warranty.
give few bits.
They get one of our polishing
Yeah,
cloths.
definitely.
I
That's
mean,
for
that's
sure.
all we can do, and give our mats, obviously.
Yeah.
But I agree, there is
Should be
a little
something.
bit more luxury.
I just wonder, Spencer, if one day there'll be a premium for these, because we are inundated with requests.
Sure.
Jacobs, yours got sent out yesterday, by the way, your little pack with your mugs. We are inundated with requests for your mouse mats. You might be onto a new business there, Del. Rodney, Uncle Albert. Asif Goldmine, hello, my BQ family. Welcome to Monday Night,
hi.
Asif. Good to have you with us. Just carrying on. Ian Nicholson, with boxes that size, we're going to need a bigger safe. Rodney. Absolutely right. Completely, Kelvin O, completely agree with Ben. Rolex boxes are scrap. Bob Copley, music goes further back to Vision On with Tony Hart. You're absolutely right. It was actually Vision On. Very, very good. Roger Kenyon, hi all. If Britain and America ever do a trade deal, do you think this would affect watch prices?
Yes.
It will, won't it?
Yeah. But it's been like this for ages, and now we've got the same issue with Europe as well.
Yeah.
So that's what's pushed prices up.
So just rewinding, when we weren't doing this, and way back when, Spencer, I know you used to trundle off with suitcases to
But you can
Germany,
buy and
Belgium.
sell Germany, Belgium, Italy.
We're still
and
doing something.
Yes, but what I mean by that, you've now got the 20%
No,
duty with both. So Italy can't sell to the UK,
No.
and we can't sell to Italy. It's too expensive.
Yeah. One of my favourite comments right there, Chris Marotta. Hi guys, love the show. Pick up the Pepsi with the oyster on Saturday. Awesome. That is a good looking watch.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. Yeah.
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 I've been seeing actually on the Rolex group this week, just to keep everybody in touch. We're adminning on the Rolex group at the moment. And there's a guy, listen, it may be a fable and a folklore story, but he went into a store in London this week. They had one in the window. Obviously, it was just bait to get you in to buy something else. He tried it on, loved it, tried to buy it. They said, no, it's reserved for a customer. He walked out, put his name down, and 15 minutes later, they called him back to the shop and sold him the watch.
Really?
I can't remember what watch it was, but it was, something he shouldn't necessarily have been having.
But I had a similar story from a customer today who said he went in to try on a chrono in the Tudor, and he tried it on and said, yeah, I'll have it. They said, no, it's a sample. It's just so that people can try them on.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on at the moment.
Yeah. So when we were at the watch show, I was talking to some amazing people, as we all were. You were busy serving. I was getting all the stories, like sitting back and listening to everybody. And there was two lads from up north, and they told me an amazing story how one of the boys had lost his dad, and ultimately he went in on to buy a watch, and it turned out to be something he couldn't get, and he got a call literally 2 or 3 weeks later to come and pick up the watch. It was amazing. Got a shout, and it was his dad's birthday.
Oh.
The day he went in was
Wow.
his dad's birthday. So
Well, only you got
Yeah.
to collect the watch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
yeah.
That's meaningful to him.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought
Yeah.
I thought it was an amazing story. I absolutely love that. The Chili Badger. Oh, I forgot to ask for a mouse mat and mug when I was at the show. Chili Badger, DM me. We'll get that out to you in the post. It's really
We'll
no
send it
problem.
to you.
Spencer loves sending out things in the post. In fact, I was with Spencer on Sunday. Spencer and I play a little sport called paddle tennis. Spencer's far better than me. And we were doing a little project, and I went over to the post office with Spencer just to collect, what I thought was a couple of bits and pieces. And honestly, I felt like Santa Claus. We're putting the packs in on a Sunday. It's amazing, really.
Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Saturday morning.
The
yeah.
volume of stuff
Yeah.
that comes through.
Yeah. Saturday's always busy.
And you're really keen, obviously. I mean, the best trade for you is a buy and a sell, isn't it?
Sure.
Is a trade up and a trade
But
in.
the other thing for our customers, when people are paying with a watch, today we had a gentleman, didn't we? He came into us with 3 Tudors against Submariner on date.
Yeah.
It makes the buying easier. They don't have to pay as much.
Yeah. No,
And that way it gives me watches to sell.
It's the moment of the week that I always love. It's the questions from Instagram, Spencer and Janilda, okay? So,
We're ready.
guys, by the way, if you've got some questions and you want them answered, please do pop them in. I hope you follow the BQ Watches Instagram channel. We do have a Watch Guy London one as well, but that's just basically so nobody else ever registered it. But everything goes out on our BQ Watches channel. So, first question up. Does Spencer ever take a holiday?
Well, he hasn't done in about the last 18 months, let me tell you.
Spencer,
But
you don't take a day off.
I'm in need of one. I'm hoping the end of August to pop off for a week or
You're
10
hoping
days.
at the end of August. Janilda, I bet you can't
Yeah.
wait.
Janilda as well. When you
I'm off
Early
first
August.
weeks of August, so we're not gonna see each other for a while.
So does that mean I'm just doing the show on my
so
own?
you'll be doing it.
So, okay. So, Greggy boy, if you want to come on that week and guest host
Yeah.
with me, it'd be great because it'll just be the two of us. Question number 2 from Artisan Curation, who asks a question every week. Do you have a passion for watches, or is it just a business for you?
No, it's passion.
You love it, don't you?
Yeah. Whenever I see something, I mean, often I'll be drawn by a different brand. And I've said of late, titanium Amigas, just different pieces. It's just a nice piece. As I say, I've gone from ceramics to wearing... I've had this on for about 4-6 weeks
It's been a
now.
while now, yeah.
Yeah. Probably if I look back at the old VTs, you're probably wearing that watch every
I've
week when
had
we
this
announce
for-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Janilda, what about you? Because obviously you came from a totally different
You know,
background.
yeah, I was.
Do you like
thinking-
watches?
I was actually thinking the same thing. Me, but also all of our staff. We at this point, after dealing with watches for a while, at this point, every single morning we look at the watches that come in, and we're so excited. We want to try them on. I love this. What do you think of? There's a discussion, and you can tell that it's not just business because we don't have to have that discussion.
So
But
basically,
we want to just give our
With the
opinion
unboxing
and-
every day, I mean, we have
Yeah.
real live unboxing, and someone opens and goes, wow, like today a Gold Day date came in, there was a Pepsi on the Oyster, a Batgirl, every day something different.
Yeah.
And we
Me and the girls, we also post on our personal Instagram a lot of watches that we like. And
right. And guys, if you want to know, there was a question actually came through a little while back, Janilda. Somebody was asking for your personal Instagram, and it was never for me to give out. But perhaps if someone wants to inbox us, I'm going to be
Yeah.
flooded now. If you want Janilda's personal Instagram, then please pop it in the messages, and we'll make sure it
Yeah,
gets out to
sure.
you. You know, she wants to be famous.
I don't mind.
She doesn't mind. The next question comes from Felix Shalom 98.
Ah, Felix.
We know him.
Felix says, forget the unboxing. Would Spencer ever consider a charity boxing match versus Paul Thorpe?
Over to you, Gavin. What do you think?
Well, I would say there's absolutely no chance of Paul Thorpe taking part, and there's probably no chance of you taking part.
No.
Not for you,
Maybe
boxing.
we'd have a table tennis match or something, but I don't think
A different
it'll be,
sport.
yeah.
Well, the one thing I've worked out with Paul is Paul's a South London boy, and I don't think he really wants to be losing at anything. He's a winner.
He likes to keep it neutral.
He likes
Yeah.
to keep it neutral, and to be fair, we tried him with the Mankini. He was having absolutely none of it, and so I don't think there's a chance in hell, Felix, that they're ever going to get into a boxing ring. But Janilda, what about you and Kaylee?
Me and Kaylee.
What about you two in the boxing ring, guys? What do you think? Kaylee and Janilda in the boxing ring
Can
for
you
charity.
imagine?
For
I
charity.
think she's gonna win.
You think she's going to win?
I'm too weak.
Yeah, but we'll give you training.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
train.
we'll give
Yeah.
you training. Adam Roach 144. When are you going to sell me that Batgirl? Now you're thinking,
What's
Adam
that?
Roach. When
Well,
are you going to sell me that Batgirl?
I need another clue from him.
Well, Adam, if you're watching, another clue. When are you going to sell me that?
Tell
Batgirl?
Adam, give me a call tomorrow. I've got a Batgirl.
You've got a Batgirl
There's
for
one
him.
waiting.
Exactly. Guys, just really quickly, we are really about being all-inclusive on this channel. Spencer and Janilda and Paul Thorpe as well, in certain respects, are all about community and having a hangout with you guys. But what we'd like to do, I mention every week, Greg is going to come on. He's going to co-host the show, and we are inviting. I know one of your friends, Spencer, who's a big watch lover, is going to come on and he's going to bring on a few watches.
Sure.
But actually, although we're not going to quite give away a watch for our next little giveaway, we'd like to invite 2 viewers to come and join us for lunch. We're going to have a little round table lunch. It's going to be on Spencer. It'll probably be at Pizza Express over the road from the office because it really works well. But we would like watch lovers to come and join us, bring down a couple of their watches and just literally come and hang out, have a chat with us. We'll probably get Paul Thorpe down as well. We'll get Janilda out as well. You don't mind a pizza, do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
No, we can't talk about Italy. But we would love for you to come and join us. So please, pop yourself in the comments. Tell us why. Tell us why Spencer should buy you lunch. Jacob Kendall, we will not pay for your flights to come over.
We'll pay for your lunch.
But we'll pay for your pizza. But yeah, we'd like to invite you guys down to have lunch with us. We're going to have a whole watch chat. We're looking to create some content alongside the show, and we thought it'd just be a really fun thing to do. And having met so many people at this watch fair, there's some terrific people out there who subscribe to the channel.
And actually, a lot of them, they said that they wouldn't mind at all to be in our show. So
yeah, absolutely right. And I'm promising them, Spencer, you don't know this.
Go on.
I'm promising them a little behind the scenes look at BQ watches.
Okay.
Because there's one place that nobody really gets to in BQ watches.
Okay. Well, if you promise them, then
okay. So if you come and join us for lunch,
go
Spencer
for
will
it.
give you the big tour of BQ watches. You'll get to see things that no one else gets to see. Now, I'm not going to give anything away, Janilda. Even you don't know this, but I'm just going to say that on Wednesday, that's in 2 days' time, we are taking care of a very special filming, aren't we, Spencer?
Sure. I've got a whole day booked off. Well, it's far from booked off. I'm busy the whole day.
Yeah.
Now, it should be great. Look, and the viewers will get to see it over the next few weeks.
Yeah, guys, keep your eyes peeled. We've got something really special lined up. We've got a legend coming on to join us for a little special content.
Actually, let the viewers guess, have some ideas or put in the comments of what you think we're going to be doing. So we're filming something quite special for you guys to just show you a bit about other people.
We can say that it's not going to be in this studio. Is that right?
It's a part of it is we're going to try for a part of it to be in the studio.
And viewers, mention names of people you'd like to come on my channel, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. But in Spencer's history, this chap is quite iconic. I think we can just leave it like there. I'm just going to go through some of these comments actually, because there's some really good ones, and I've completely forgot tonight. Janilda. Kelvin O, with Rolex boxes, it's like having an Audi RS6 engine in a Vauxhall Corsa. You're absolutely right. It is. Gary Coburn, you need an office in Northern Ireland so you can buy from Europe.
Okay.
There you go.
Gary, well, maybe you could help us with
We
that.
love that. John Smith, Starbucks is the best watch by far. We're going to be discussing Starbucks in just a minute. Ian Nixon, has Spencer forgot? I asked if he could get me some Rolex or some similar jewellery gloves. Cash waiting. He can chuck in a mouse mat and mug as well if there's any left.
Well, I'll throw the mouse mat and mug, but I haven't got. I think I've got one pair of gloves. I've tried sourcing some more. Can't find any.
It's
at
not
the
easy
moment.
to get the Rolex gloves.
No.
I know we've got 2 pairs in. We've got a grey one that's literally ridiculous. They're so big, and we've got a white pair.
Quite small. So.
And one is quite small, but I know they're not easy to get, are they?
No.
Kelvin O, Paul's teeth are too expensive for the boxing. You are absolutely right, my friend. They are. To be fair, he's a South London boy. I fancy he can handle himself. Can you film an unboxing session? I think we did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing a trick
We
here.
can do another one.
Well, actually, there is one, because Kaylee's going to be unboxing something
I
tomorrow
don't
on
really
our
know
Instagram.
what, but I
No,
know
you don't
that
know what?
There's something.
It's actually a really beautiful, iconic watch with a little bit of a twist. That's being unboxed tomorrow on our Instagram. Let's have a look. Okay. Giza, Janilda and Kaylee wrestling match. Why are you laughing?
Because I don't know.
If Giza suggested it, Janilda,
No,
come on.
I'll do it, but...
You'll do it?
Yeah, but I need some
Giza, she's up for it. You need some training?
Yeah.
I'll sponsor the training. Okay. We'll have to see if Kaylee's going to be up for it. Ian Nixon, Paul Thorpe was a boxer in his younger years. That's true. Oh, Spencer, you have no chance. You're definitely not taking that.
No.
Let's have a look. Jacob Kenner says, might be an expensive slice of pizza bringing him over. You're absolutely right. Giza says, a footballer. Is it a footballer?
Nope.
No, it's not a footballer.
But maybe in the future.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah. John C. Big thank you to Ilda. She very kindly sent me some goodies in the post to Devon because I couldn't make it to your watch show.
No worries. I remember.
Well done for remembering. Now, every week we just simply have a title because we have to have a title for the show. We're not even sure why we have a title for the show, but we bring on some different watches. And on Saturday night, as I was sitting there thinking, what are we going to do for tonight? I thought to myself, we haven't talked about Hulks, Starbucks or Kermits for a little while. And the question is that I have for you guys is what currently is the best investment out of a Hulk, Starbucks, or a Kermit? So let's start with the Hulk. Let's have a little talk about this.
Sure.
Off you go then.
Okay. Going,
Got it.
No,
See?
not that.
Gavin dropped it again. There we go.
Oh, okay.
going back to the this is the anniversary. This goes back to about 04, 06. They first came out in 2003, sort of on an F. But this was never that popular back in the day. You know, they
Doesn't
didn't
look very green, but it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the green bezel, and there were times, and I've
light.
told this story before, and sorry for repeating
There you go.
myself. I at one point in about 08 had about 4 or 5 of these in the drawer, and they didn't sell. So what we done, we took the bezel off and we replaced it with the black bezel.
Yeah.
So there may be some anniversaries.
I'm going to say it again. Are you sure that's the Hulk?
No, it's not the Hulk. It's the anniversary.
Anniversary.
Oh, I thought I said Hulk.
We
That's what I'm
started
saying.
with
No, I started with the oldest. So this is the anniversary.
So that's why I'm saying I didn't think it looked green.
So
I said Hulk.
that's the anniversary there with the black dial, and it's got the.
So that's
larger
the Kermit?
dots. That's Kermit.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Great, excellent.
Older model, pre-ceramic.
Yeah.
I think is a great
Then we
watch.
move here onto.
Put it into my hand this
What
time.
they-
That is. That's
Okay.
the Hulk. So that's the green dial
Okay.
and
now we
green
have the Hulk.
bezel
Ah,
in
Green bezel.
ceramic.
Yeah, I can see it.
116610 LV. So again, this watch was sort of £6,000. Now it's discontinued. It's 15,000.
Yeah.
My question is, in current markets, let's get to the Starbucks.
And that is the Starbucks.
My
So
question
the Starbucks
is,
the newer
the
version
Hulk's
of
been
the-
discontinued,
Mhm.
okay? Which we know.
This is a new model.
And it's
so-
had the massive jump up in price.
Yeah.
And this is the new model.
Mhm.
But where do they all rank in terms of pricing now?
To be honest with you, there's not much in it.
There's
They're
similar
all
price.
sort of 15, 16,000.
16.
To be honest with you, the last of the Hulks, so that is the 116610, like a 2020, are now like 17,000.
Yeah.
Right.
So those are the most expensive. These are slightly cheaper. So this is the nicer case, being the 126610.
Yeah.
This is
41
the
mil,
41
slightly
mil.
bigger.
But at the moment, I would say this one is quite reasonably priced in comparison.
Yeah.
And this is the one that you'll probably look at in a few years' time, and it'll be close to 20,000. Everyone will be
Yeah.
regretting not buying the piece.
Yeah. A Starbucks is where you get your coffee from, Toyota Mo says. And
Yeah.
Toyota Mo says, sorry, I hear only YouTubers call the UK, from the UK, call it Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the logo of the Starbucks.
Right.
That's why. That's
The black
why
and the green.
The black and
Yeah,
the green.
and they
Right,
didn't
okay.
want to call it Kermit.
And obviously,
probably.
the whole...
So Toyota Mo, what do they call it where you come from? Or is it just a reference number?
I think the Hulk is the most striking of the three. But in terms of investment, the old anniversary
Absolutely.
is... Yeah.
I was going to say
And
the Kermit,
I
the
think-
old Kermit is definitely.
I think we were getting through a flat 4. So that's where the 4's slightly different on this. And they're sort of in the region of 20,000.
Kelvin O says, is the green on the Starbucks the same as the Hulk?
What, the colour green?
Yeah.
Very...
Because it's not on the Kermit, is it? It's much lighter on the Kermit.
No, but these are both ceramic. So yes, they are. They are.
Right. And here we go again. And I'm just going to pick up on something. Toyota Mo just put in Kermit, C-E-R-M-I-T. Why is it
No,
not K?
K-E-R.
Well, I would have thought it was a K for Kermit the Frog.
Over this side of the pond.
Yeah, this
it's,
side of the pond, it's
It's
Kermit with a
K,
K.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but then
Yeah.
there's lots of spelling differentials. Isn't
the
there?
green on the older one is definitely different. But
Yes.
the two.
Yeah, well, that's the aluminium.
Yeah.
James Alexander, if you're watching, I would just like to notice the sweat beads pouring down my head. We're going to have summer. Well, in fact, this is like the
James,
second day
we're
of summer.
hot.
It's like the
This
second
is
day of summer.
even hotter than Italy.
Yeah, I know. We can't mention Italy. We're not allowed to do that. Guys, what's your favourite out of the three? Which one would you be buying from here?
They're all very good investments, though. All of them.
Ceramic Kermit, hence Kermit with a C.
Oh, okay.
See, Spencer, we learn something every week on this
That's
show.
why we
I-
come on this show. To
Yeah,
learn.
look, everybody's
This is it.
putting ceramic C.
Is it?
Yeah, we're
Kermit.
getting schooled by the audience.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
Because
Of course,
it's
I'm not-
ceramic, so they put this. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
By the way,
ceramic.
just like to say,
Kermit.
I'm not expected to know that.
Okay. All right. But these
You
are,
are.
these are slang words. So.
Yes, indeed.
We know the reference numbers. So.
Amazing. So from here, Spencer, what would you like if you had to pick one to buy? If you only had the money for one, which one would you be buying?
I like all of them. It would be a really difficult choice.
Yeah.
Having worn and look, I really like the Hulk, the green on green. I think
Yeah.
it's striking. This is more. Actually, I'm just going to bring a similar one in with this. We do very well of late, and I think today someone reserved it again. The Smurf. So the Smurf is the white gold Submariner.
Yeah.
So the original Smurf was blue dial, blue bezel. That is very popular, whereas the new model is the black dial, blue bezel. So again, going back to that, I really like the Hulk out of all of them.
And is that purely because it's kind of discontinued and
Discontinue. I just love the green. This green in different light is so many different colours.
Yeah.
And you don't get quite that
With
the
the black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about. I mean, I'm going to ask a really stupid question because I am a bit stupid. Can you not just change the colour of
No.
the face?
No.
You can't
No.
swap them over.
No.
That's not such a
You
thing.
won't be able to get it unless you buy something aftermarket or you manage to source
It
a
won't
dial.
be original.
But I don't think these got different caliber, different reference. I don't think the dials are interchangeable.
Right, it's not.
Because they're all totally different. And this has got a new movement, the new one.
Yeah, it's the one too.
Right, okay. And going back to let's go back 10 years, which isn't such a long time in the world, so well post the financial crisis, what were these things selling at?
I remember selling these for sort of three.
Which one are you holding there?
This is the anniversary.
That's the anniversary.
That's like in 06,
The
08,
pre-ceramic.
I remember selling this for £3,600 to £4,000.
£3,600 to £4,000.
And it didn't sell nearly as well as the black.
It didn't.
No. And now this is in the region of 15,000 and the black are sort of 9,000-10,000.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, you can get the black ceramic now for 12,000, 11.5.
They're all pretty impressive, I have to say. Ian Nicholson says, keep those 3 green ones. I would go for the Sub Spencer is wearing. Oh, keep those 3 green ones. I would go for the Sub Spencer is wearing.
Okay, the
That is an
1680.
incredible watch for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
pretty special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1974.
If you were advising Spencer on someone who is starting out a watch collection, what should their is it go on budget, I guess? But what should they
I think
aim
the
for?
watch everyone should have is a black sub
A black as a starting
as
point.
a starting.
Yeah.
And if you don't do anything else, you've got a great watch for the rest of your life. A black date sub or the non-date. I'm old school. I prefer the date sub. But
Yeah.
Date.
Glenn Corker says, I think the Hulk is the best looker, although the 41mm case and bracelet are an improvement on the 40mm. Jacob says the 41, which is the one he has a better case profile, thinner lugs, and the new movement. I really like having 70 hours of power reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power reserve means you don't have to shake your wrist. I'm
Means
assuming.
if you want to go to bed and stay in bed for the weekend, it'll probably still work on a Monday
It will
morning.
still be swimming
without
around.
having to reset the watch.
Fantastic. That is pretty amazing. Now, one thing that did come through on Instagram after I'd done all the printing for the screen and the rest of it, and the guy sort of said, this may be a silly question, but you always mention pre-ceramic.
Yeah.
Just for his benefit, can you explain to the
The
viewers what
pre-ceramic,
pre-ceramic
these
is?
2 pieces are the ceramic bezels. The ceramic as in stone, ceramic, they don't scratch. So you either break them and have to get them replaced, whereas the pre-ceramic, these were like inserts. These weren't that expensive. I mean, on GMTs, you could change them from the all black to the Pepsi or the Coke. And you used to be able to go into Rolex and they do a while you wait service, was about £45
Yeah.
to get it changed. So that is what I'm referring to
Right.
on the pre-ceramic.
Pre-ceramic. A Matter of Time says, long term, I think the Kermit. I could see Rolex re-releasing a green dial, green bezel again, and that would render the Hulk less desirable. But the vintage look of the Kermit is unlikely to be repeated.
I really like the vintage look on I would choose the Kermit.
And do you know what I
have
would
to
say?
be honest.
And I have a Hulk. I really like the Kermit as well now.
Really?
I'm getting so suckered
Part
into
exchange.
this. No, I will never be getting rid of my.
But this is
that's
what
never going,
This is
Janilda.
what happens with watches. You always want what you haven't got.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And you start appreciate. Maybe you don't like a watch, and then in 2-3 months, you know what? I really
Really
like
like,
it.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
changes all the time.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? If what's going to be your dream first? Because you'll eventually get yourself on the ladder. Spencer will give you a nice bonus when it comes to Christmas. What would be your first choice now?
I would love now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to have a no peep, like one.
I
of the
think you'd be a
colourful-
36 or a 41.
Yeah, for the looks.
Yeah.
But then obviously everyone wants to think about investment as well. So I might even go for a 36 day just
Really?
bigger
Okay.
size.
I've been watching the golf all weekend, the British Open, which was fantastic. And obviously Rolex sponsor it and all the great adverts and all the great... Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting, isn't it?
definitely,
You
yeah.
actually realise when, obviously, now that I'm kind of
Sure.
helping you guys, Rolex sponsor everything sporting-wise,
Yeah.
don't
You
they?
got Wimbledon, the golf.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really is pretty special, isn't it? Let's have a look what else we got come through. Roger Kenyon, have you any more thoughts on the second BQ watch show?
We have got thoughts. We're planning it at the moment. Just a lot of work. We want to do something where it's as good as what we've done at Barron's. We're not ruling out going back to Barron's. Some people have said Central London. We're just looking, but it will be up soon as we know. But we're hoping for October.
Spencer, you're watching the beads of sweat drop into my eyes, aren't you? Yeah. God,
Here's one
James,
cloth.
you're going to get a
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
You're going to get a kicking when I next are, COVID or not.
Guys, that's
Look.
not what you should do with a polishing cloth.
No, you
It's fine.
definitely shouldn't.
Keep that one.
Thank you very much. David R. Miller, apologies, I've just logged into this and Rolex Sports Are Rolex Sports price dropping? I may have misheard. No, they're not dropping, are they?
No, absolutely not.
They're as firm as anything. Right. God dear. Bob Copley, thoughts on the pre-ceramic sub, the 14060M, and investment potential?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
non-date
just
sub.
going. Yeah.
So that's a non-date sub.
Yeah.
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 They're as good at the moment. I would say that they're as good as non-dates, but then it's up to you what you like more. But
Yeah.
when it comes to investment, both of them are great.
Christian says, I miss my Hulk. See, this is why you can't sell things. So could be in touch to replace it, Spencer. Have the no date now.
So he has the no date. This is the thing. You have the no date, then you want the Hulk.
You want
You have the
exactly.
Hulk, and there's always something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
you want.
Unless you've got infinitely deep pockets and you just buy and keep going. Yeah. John C. I would love to purchase a black sub and a 50th anniversary Sea Dweller. Which is the best choice for value retention on the sub 40 or 41 mil?
They're both really good.
Yeah.
I would say the 40. I like the 41 now. Like people have mentioned on the channel, it's got the slimmer case, the better movement, but they're both great watches.
Yeah. Paul Oakley. I'm going to read it out. We're not going to get involved. What's Spencer's thoughts on Paul Thorpe interview, Timepiece Gentleman, P.O. Cardiff?
We're not going to get involved.
We're not.
Basically, that's what Paul does. I talk about watches. The way I describe to people is Paul's world news and I'm current affairs just on watches. I think he does a great job on it, but it's not something I want to get involved in.
Greggy Boy says, Gav sweating like Fred West getting a patio quote. Greg, you are one funny dude. You're absolutely right.
We're
The word
all
I would
very
use, it's
Fred West.
schwitzing. It's very, very hot in here. But just going back to that, I'm going to say I think Paul is, why not? Why not? We're all interested to know what the form is. My view on it is, quite frankly, is to do it live. Because I think, nobody wants to see these things edited. Don't,
No.
I'm interested in the story.
Yeah.
I've been following it, only from afar because it's not our world. We're not involved. God, we make little things with only fools and horses. It's just,
I think
it's a bit of fun.
A terrible PR. Terrible. He's been very misguided, and
Yeah.
that's where it is.
Yeah, it's certainly not something you would be doing.
No.
The only silly things we do are lunches at Pizza Express. David R. Miller, thanks for the answer, folks. Much appreciated. What do you think will happen to prices moving forward? Again, great format. Now, you want to know what the first question was because we've got to wind back. Going forward, the prices of Rolex Sports.
With where we are with Brexit, they're going to be strong.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, it's all driven by you guys, by demand. And I say this all the time, supply and demand, and Rolex are not upping production. And something very interesting was brought out to me last week, how Rolex is a foundation. So they're not interested.
I told you that.
Yeah. They're not interested in making more money.
No.
Yeah.
Well, whether they are, there's no pressure from
There's
shareholders.
no pressure.
Yeah,
so
you're absolutely right.
They're not working any harder. There's more people who want them. You've heard even with the Amiga, where the Snoopy, they're cancelling orders.
Yeah.
So I can only see it going one way.
Yeah.
Now, guys, a few of you have popped in the comment that Paul is going live at 9. We're very aware Paul is live. We've actually just done a little thing with him just before we came on air. So we do know he's going live at 9. He's going to be testing out a couple of bits and pieces to do with his channel and feeds and everything else. So we won't keep you for very much longer because we're going to tune in and watch that as well.
Yeah, of course.
But just to say, we've really enjoyed having you this week. James is getting a kick in for the air conditioning, no question. I'd like to thank Sam for stepping in at the last minute in the control room. Well done, Sam.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank you,
Sam.
guys.
In fact, there's 2 chaps in there. We're going to thank both of them.
you both.
And the last thing to say is that we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want to see on the channel. I'm constantly scratching around for things to do. Spencer fills up my week with lots of bits and pieces. We've got some really clever stuff coming up, some really fun stuff. Nobody has guessed the chap.
They're all miles off, aren't
They're
they?
miles off.
Miles
They're miles away for who we're filming with on Wednesday, but all will be revealed. But interestingly, we'd love for 2 of you to let us know in the comments after why you'd like to join us for lunch. Bring down a couple of watches. We'll bring some watches along as well,
sure.
and have a little watch chat with Spencer and Paul Thorpe and Janilda.
Sure,
I'll
that would be
I'll be
fun.
behind the cameras, not eating pizza that day. But anyway, guys, just to say before we let Spencer do his outro, thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, let Spencer do his world famous outro.
So thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Gavin and Janilda. And always remember, guys, if you haven't dealt with us yet, it's only a matter of time.
He did good tonight.
Good night, guys.
Good.
Good night.
Bye.